First question says 6x plus 4y equals to 7y minus x. Find the ratio x is to y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect the like terms on each side. So that's going to give me 7x equals to 3y. Now we have to find the ratio of x is to y. So I'm going to write x over y equals to 3 over 7. Since the ratio can also be written as fractions, where x is to 5 will be x over y, which means this ratio will have the value of 3 ratio 7. Solve x squared minus 5x plus 4 greater than 0. As we have done previously, we'll factorize this quadratic equation. We begin with multiplying the constant with the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. So 4 times 1 is 4. Now we find factors of 4. So factors of 4 are 4 times 1 and 2 times 2. Once we found the factors, we choose that set of factors which when added or subtracted give us the middle term, which is 5x. So we know 4 plus 1 is 5. So let's replace negative 5x with negative 4x minus x plus 4 greater than 0. If we compare the original equation and the new equation, we can see that the only difference is that we've written 5x as negative 4x minus x. And this is only done to split the equation into more terms and help us factorize it further. So since we have 4 terms now, we're going to divide the equation into 2 groups. The first group is going to be x squared minus 4x, and the second group is going to be x plus 4. So if we look at the first group, between x squared and negative 4x, we have x common. So that's going to be x minus 4 in the bracket. And the second group, we have negative 1 common. So that's going to be x minus 4 again, greater than 0. So now we take x minus 4 common. So in the second bracket, we'll have x minus 1. Now the inequality is greater than 0. So if we draw our rough graph for this inequality, 1 is over here, 4 is over here. This is our graph. It says that the equation is greater than 0, which means we will look at the values above the x-axis. Why above the x-axis? Because x squared minus 5x plus 4 basically represents values of y. So y is greater than 0 above the x-axis, not below the x-axis. That's why we focus on the area above the x-axis. Now for the above the x-axis, we need to observe the behavior of the x-intercepts over here. At x equals to 1, the values of x are decreasing because they're going towards the left-hand side. So x is less than 1 over here. And at x equals to 4, the values of x are increasing because they're going towards the right-hand side. So x is greater than 4. So this is your solution to this quadratic inequality. Next question says find the value of x. So we have a right angle triangle. They've given us the opposite and adjacent, and they want us to find the hypotenuse. We can easily use the Pythagoras. X squared would equal to square root of 12 plus square root of 30. So that's going to be x squared equals to 12 plus 30, because square of a square root number is the number itself. So the powers get cancelled out and we're left with 12 and 30. Add them up, so that's going to be 42. Then you square root to get rid of the square on x. So x is going to equal to 6.48 centimeters. Next question says that the average speed from 0 to t seconds was 5.96 meter per second. So over here, the average speed is 5.96 meter per second. We have to find the value of t. So what we'll do is, we know that the average speed is 5.9 seconds. Average speed has a formula of distance over time. So let's find the distance. Distance in a speed time graph is the area under the graph. We divide this graph into 3 different parts. So for the first part, it's going to be 10 times 7, which is going to give us 70. That's the distance in this part. And for the second part, it's a trapezium. So it's going to be 1 over 2 times the height, which is 5. This is 5. And sum of parallel sides, that's going to be 10 plus 6. So that's going to give us 40. Now, for this third triangle, it's going to be 1 over 2 times the base, which is 6, and the height is t minus 12. So that's going to be 3 times t minus 12. So total distance becomes 70 plus 40, that's 110, plus 3 times t minus 12 over total time is t. So since they've given the average speed as 5.96, so 5.96 equals to 110 plus 3t minus 36 over t, cross multiply. 5.96 times t equals to 110 minus 36 is going to be 74 plus 3t. Move the 3t to the other side, so 5.96t minus 3t equals to 74. That's going to be 2.96t equals to 74. T is going to be 74 divided by 2.96, and that's going to give us 25 seconds is your value of t. Now just find the rate of deceleration from 12 to t seconds. So in a speed time graph, deceleration or acceleration is your slope of the graph. So for this part, our slope is going to be 6 minus 0 over 12 minus 25, because the value is 25 over here for t. So 12 minus 25 is going to be 6 over negative 13, which basically equals to negative 0.46 meter per second square. That is your deceleration from 12 to t seconds.